خپل مې نه وي لیورونه مې وي میړه مې لیونی دی په ځان کې مرداري کې وي ګونګ دی ټاپ کالي نه راته ایښي شی نه راته ایښي ویي مې ګرده ښځې جنګونه راسره ګردې کوي.
Following the fall of the Taliban 12 years ago, there have been some significant achievements in women's rights in Afghanistan, including in areas like education, access to medical care and constitutional rights. But these gains are now at risk. Violence and repression are on the rise.
The momentum of improvement in human rights may have not only peaked, but is in reality waning. Violence against women remains endemic.
This Afghan woman was accused of adultery and shot in front of her own villagers.
There is lots of violence against women in Afghanistan, but they are just silent because they know that no one can hear them, no one can listen to them.
Just in the last few months, 2 female parliamentarians have been attacked. The last 2 most senior female policewomen in Helmand province were murdered, and a well-known author who had written about life under the Taliban was dragged out of her home and shot 15 times.
Succeeding here and helping ensure a successful, stable Afghanistan is incredibly important, and the consequences of failure here would be incredibly serious.
In 2014, Western forces withdraw from Afghanistan.
There is growing international pressure to realise a political solution and to gain a peace agreement with the Taliban and other groups. Afghan women have already been sidelined in the peace process, and they have well-founded fears that if a peace agreement is made without their participation, that their rights could be traded away.
If they play with women's rights issues, with community rights, with the achievements that we had gained during past years, that would be a big lose for Afghanistan as well as for international community.
I urge an extra effort by the President and his government to ensure that the human rights gains of the past 12 years are not sacrificed to political expediency during these last few months before the election.
This campaign is really important to me because I feel strongly about women's rights, and also it's an issue that the public are really interested in and really support.
Well, I'm delighted that Amnesty and others run campaigns to highlight the plight of women, but also support women in fighting for their rights in Afghanistan.
The ordinary people of UK can be the voice of Afghan people as well. Afghan people shouldn't be alone.
It's been a very successful campaign here. We've gained masses of signatures, everybody's interested, and that just goes to show the amount of support there is worldwide for women's rights.
One of the things we must do is making sure that women have a voice. And one of those ways they can have a voice is being able to take part in the democratic process.
It's really important to actually engage the public with what's happening in Afghanistan, and then tell the UK government not to compromise on women's rights in Afghanistan.
It's because of the work that Amnesty activists have done and the meetings that they've had with their MPs that we've had questions on women's rights in Afghanistan raised with the Prime Minister, raised with the Foreign Secretary. The Minister for Human Rights has met with our youth activists and talked about this issue. More than 100 MPs have expressed their support for the campaign, and it's because of this political pressure that the UK government know that the UK public really care about this issue. They're not going to forget about this issue.
The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men and women to do nothing. Now, we do something.
It's an area where we really can make a difference if we try and push the government to emphasise this issue in their negotiations.
I would want for the young girls of Afghanistan what I would want for myself and my daughters. I would like them to have the same freedom and the same opportunities, the same hopes and aspirations, and the same belief that they can live their life to their full potential.